What's up guys, Nishi from MST.TV here, and today I'm going to be discussing a card that's been really hyped for a very long time, Elder God Noden, or Elder Entity Noden. Whichever you prefer, possibly the OCG name, doesn't really matter. So this card was just released yesterday in the 2015 Megatins as a super rare promo, and everyone's been really hyped about this card for a long time. So in this video we're going to kind of talk about why everyone was so hyped for it, what everyone was getting so excited about. So Elder God Noden is a level 4 fusion monster with 2,000 attack points, 2,200 defense points. It's a fusion, and to make it, you need one Synchro or Xyz monster with another Synchro or Xyz monster, or more likely you're going to be using instant fusion, paying 1,000 life points and summoning it from the extra deck. So its effect is that when it is special summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard, and you special summon it. But that monster's effect is negated. Also, it's banished when it leaves the field. So obviously it's a really powerful effect because it's a generic, you can summon any level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard. And basically what it does is it gives any deck with the potential to make rank 4s very easy access. So we're all familiar with how good the rank 4 toolbox is. It includes cards like Daigusto Emerald, number 80 Rhapsody and Berserk, Abyss Dweller. We can use Ptolemaeus to make Diamond Pleiades or Durandal, and just so many other different cards. It's actually kind of ridiculous. It's somewhat hurt by the banning of Lavalval Chain, but honestly, it's just such a powerful card that it doesn't even matter, and it's gonna see its way. It's gonna see quite a bit of play in a lot of meta decks this upcoming format. So just talking about a few decks that it could really make a splash in. First of all, Clown Blade. So any deck that's using clowns definitely has the potential to use this card, because when you instant fusion and summon Noden, you can bring back Trick Clown from the graveyard and you overlay. Now when that Trick Clown is detached as material from the Xyz monster, you can summon back the Trick Clown, and that could trigger 1,000 blades, or that's opening up another rank 4 play. So you're basically getting two very easy rank 4s when you summon out a Trick Clown. So another deck is Nekroz. Nekroz have already been using clowns, like we've already seen Nekroz use clowns for the access to Masquerade or the easier rank 4 plays, and with instant fusion this is only going to help them out, because with instant fusion you can activate it to bring back Noden and make an easier Daigusto Emerald that you're going to tribute off with the Valkyries in the mirror match, or just to shuffle back cards so that you have continuous resources. Alternatively, if you use Noden to bring back a Strit, a Dance Princess, or a Sorcerer, you can tribute whatever monster, one of those 3 monsters that you summon back, and even though it's banished, you're still going to get the search out of it, which is really powerful. Just the ability to get an extra search for free off of the Noden as well as the draws. Another deck is Satellarknights. So we're all familiar with Satellarknights, probably the deck that spans rank 4s that everyone's been familiar with this format. Instant fusion just gives them access to another way to summon rank 4 monsters. It's essentially another Altair. Even though the monster's effect is negated, you just get free level 4s on the board that you can spam with. And finally, the last really powerful deck, and probably the one that's most heavily influenced by Noden, is Shaddoll. So this does so many things for Shaddolls. First of all, Noden's a water, so this gives the deck easier access to a Noyatilis. So before, people were talking about playing Treeborn Frog, Ice Hand, or Shock Troops of the Ice Barrier, but really these are these aren't really reliable ways to make a Noyatilis. With instant fusion is versatile, right? Because you can use instant fusion to bring out Noden to make a Noyatilis if you want to, but in the event that you're not playing against Nekroz, you don't want to make a Noyatilis really, so you can use it to make a rank 4 play. And depending on like what the situation is, you can make something that's suited to each situation. So in particular, you're going to be making Daigusto Emerald, because I know a lot of Shaddoll players complain about running out of resources in the deck. So you can shuffle back Shaddoll monsters into the deck, and that allows you to reactivate Shaddoll Fusion and Fuse from deck, just helping to speed up the deck, and you get that free draw. Shaddoll's already had access to the rank 4 toolbox, but this is really just helping push them over the top. Okay, so obviously, Noden isn't a card that's going to help every single deck. There are a couple of decks that aren't really going to play Noden actually at all. The first one is Burning Abyss for very obvious reasons. Burning Abyss only plays rank 3s, and even if you summon Noden, it would just, like, you wouldn't be able to summon any other Burning Abyss monsters, so it wouldn't help. In fact, the release of Noden is actually kind of a bad thing for Burning Abyss, just because all of the surrounding decks got so much better, but Burning Abyss aren't able to abuse it. Also, Noden being a water promotes the use of Abyss Dweller, because Abyss Dweller is going to be at 2200 attack points instead of 1700, and Abyss Dweller is just a really, really good card to make against Burning Abyss. So the other deck that's not going to be able to use Noden very well is Clipboards. So Clipboards are a pendulum-based archetype, and because of that, any pendulum monster that's destroyed is going to be going to the extra deck instead of the graveyard. So obviously, Noden won't be able to bring it back. On top of that, Clipboard's pendulum scales have the clause that you can only special summon Klee monsters, so definitely Noden will not be seeing any play in Clipboards. There are a couple of different rogue decks that have the potential to use Noden, and it definitely could push them to seeing competitive play in the future. It's by no means going to make them tier 1, but it definitely improves their potential. And the two decks that I'm going to talk about here are Heroes and Mermail. So firstly, Heroes have the potential to use this card because they can bring back Shadow Mist, or they can bring back cards like Bubble Man and just make a rank 4 play. And when the Shadow Mist is detached, they're going to get the extra search. Also, it's a water, so when you play Miracle Fusion, you can banish this alongside a hero to make Absolute Zero. Maybe it's not the best play, but it definitely gives heroes that extra option. The other deck that will be able to use this is Mermail. So Mermail's actually on the most recent July ban list had Atlantean Dragoons going to 2. And with Noden's release, when you instant fusion and summon Noden, you can special summon back Dragoons. Now when you overlay here, you can make an Abyss Dweller, a number 101, or you can make a Bahamut Shark. But when that Dragoons that you special summon back is detached, you get to search your deck for another Sea Serpent. Obviously this gives the deck a lot of power. It definitely helps to improve the deck's consistency, and it gives them a really, really big power play in summoning Bahamut Shark, detaching Dragoons to special summon Abyss Trite, and getting that extra search from the deck. Okay, so just quickly here as a last little reminder, you guys should remember that Instant Fusion does destroy the monster that's special summoned during the end phase of the turn. So if you activate Instant Fusion and you bring back Noden, and that gets breakthrough skilled, so you or your opponent aren't able to do anything with the Noden, you don't get a monster back and you don't overlay with it, and in the end phase Noden's still on the field, Noden should be destroyed. I know it's very easy to forget, but make sure that you guys remember that when you guys are playing. As far as price goes, because it's in the tin and Noden's very easily accessible, actually Konami did a really smart thing, and in the tins they made the ones with Noden, out of the case of 12 tins, 7 of them have Noden, and only 5 of the Rebellion tins are in each case. So it's definitely more accessible than it was than a lot of people were kind of speculating. So you can just buy a tin and grab it. Honestly, realistically, I think a good price is like $5 for the tin because it is just a promo. But if the card sees a lot of play, and if it sees a lot of good performance in the top tiers of regionals and YCSs, and if you guys start to notice that the product is getting sold out, and maybe you go to your locals to try and buy a tin and no one has them for sale, I could definitely see Noden creep up to $7 or $8, maybe $10 in a couple of months, but it's kind of hard to say right now. Until then though, you guys should also be aware that with the October ban list and another ban list probably in January or February, it's very, very likely that they're going to hit Noden in the future. In the OCG, Noden just got banned, so we can expect either Noden to be limited, Noden to be banned, or Instant Fusion to be limited. And it's kind of hard to say right now. It'll depend on what Noden's impact is on the meta, but I'll leave that for you guys to discuss. So how are you guys using Noden in your decks? Please leave a comment down below. We want to hear all about it. If you guys like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content from us, make sure you guys subscribe. And as always, make sure you hold on to your MST.TV.